Going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel now today. Hey, we are finally here with my IPL 2023 season predictions, from orange cap to purple cap to emerging player to playoff predictions to MVP from every team. We're going to cover it all in today's video. Being long awaited, we're about 3.5 or 4.5 days away from the first game. I actually can't remember when it is. Of course, CSK versus Gujarat Titans. It's going to hopefully be 100,000 people packed into Narendra Modi Stadium for the opening game. And then the second game, the mighty Punjab Kings will be taking on the Kolkata Knight Riders. So we should win that, of course. Probably not. But anyways, we're going to jump straight into it. The only thing I will ask from everyone, if you are new, subscribe, leave a like, and make sure you comment down your predictions below. All of your season predictions. We will come back to this video at the end of the season and react to it, and we'll read through everyone's comments and all of that stuff. So get them in there. Let's get into it. We've got no further ado. The first category will we be revealing is our IPL Emerging Player of the Season. Now, in the editing process, I might, do a couple of things, or I might just reveal it all at once. I think I might actually do that. So we're going to run through the 4 names here for the Emerging Player. So the first one, we've got Clarke, of course, should be a part of that Mumbai Indians starting 11. Impressed last season in his debut season, I believe it was, and after an under-19 World Cup, he's looked pretty good ever since. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty easy one. We've got the great man in the middle who I hope wins it. Rinku, Lord King Singh, right here. Of course, the man. He's going to have to carry that Kolkata franchise this season with no Shreyas Iyer. A lot of the weight's going to be put on him at that top order, along with Nitish Rana and Jagadisan. So it's going to be a little bit of an inexperienced top order for Kolkata, and I definitely think that man Rinku can take, make it his own and be a part of that, new top order that is Kolkata. The third man here, another Mumbai Indian, we have Hardik Shakeen. Now, unsure if he will play every game, or if many games for that matter. They do have a few spinners there down at Mumbai. I believe they have Pawash Chwala, so he might get a game in front of Shakeen. And they have another dude, I just can't remember his name. He's a little bit inexperienced, but he might get a go as well. But Shakeen, if he plays, he's a great bowler. So I'd just put him on here. And the last one is Mukesh Chowdhury from CSK. Now, unfortunate news a few days ago that it sounds like he might miss the first few games of the season, which is a big blow for CSK. He would have been easily in their starting team and is an absolute gun. I love what he brings with that ball. Reminds me a lot of a Mitchell Stark, really, the way he bowls, with that left arm, pace, angles it into you. It's quite tough to face and tricky, especially on Indian decks. So I hope for him that he's able to come back. CSK do have a few injuries in that bowling department, so they're going to need the man to be ready, be fit. Hopefully he can play. So, hey, comment down below your emerging player. I think we all hope it's going to be Rinku. Okay, now we move on to the Purple Cap Award, the most wickets, of course, for the tournament. Last season was won by the man Yuzi Chahal. I think he only won by 1 wicket in the end, in front of the man Wanindu Hasaranga. And hey, we're just going to reveal the 2 lads at the side, and then I will reveal my winner, who is in the middle. So, hey, the 2 guys on the outside, of course, you know them. Umran Malik from Sunrisers Hyderabad. I mean, what's not to like about the man? He brings aggression, he brings flair, he brings excitement, he brings amazing celebrations when he destroys the wickets. He's one of my favourite, up-and-coming Indian players, and not even Indian players, just in world cricket for that matter. Sunrisers have put together a very nice bowling lineup, by the way. Him and Marco Jansen are going to be, and Natarajan, pretty tough to face if you ask me, on top of Washi Sundar, who's going to be in there with the spin. So I'm liking what SRH have got. But Umran Malik, I think he finished 5th or 6th in the Purple Cap last season. I think he's going to be the main man for SRH this season and could definitely, of course, Bhuvi Kumar is there, but is he fully healthy? I'm unsure. I think Umran's ready to take that step and be the main man at SRH. I think he could definitely win it. The other man on the side who I think is obviously a chance to win, the great man Yuzi Chahal, of course, wins it last season by 1 wicket. Rajasthan did go all the way to the final, so that, look, it did help him a little bit, get those extra poles and whatnot. But, there is a lot of great spinners, and normally the orange cap winner tends to be a spinner just due to the conditions, but there's going to be a lot of guys pressing his tail. Can he back it up? In fact, has anyone ever won a back-to-back purple cap? I don't know, but Yuzi definitely could do it. Ashwin's in the same team, so it might, they might steal a few wickets off each other. It'll be interesting. There's some other great options around, but the man I've got taking out the purple cap, let's bring it down, is the great man Kuldeep Yadav from the Delhi Capitals, of course, under Ricky Ponting. I'm excited for him. I think, again, he finished like 5th or 4th or something in the purple cap, last year. And I love what I've seen from him the last 4 or 5 months. In any cricket game that he's played, he's looked fantastic. He's getting lots of revs on the ball. He looks fit. He looks in good condition. He looks happy. And this is the moment now, at the age that Kuldeep's at, he's in that age bracket now where he's ready to, just relax and just play his natural cricket, not putting pressure on himself to be this up-and-coming legendary superstar. He just has to play his role, and I think he's going to be tough to pick on a lot of these decks. So I've got the man Kuldeep taking out the purple cap. Some other options, you can think of a guy like Rabada, Hasaranga, Sam Curran, hopefully, is on there. Trying to think of some other dudes. Rian Parag with his right arm overs. No, of course not. But hey, that is what I do have for the purple cap. Comment yours down below. All right, now into every single team's MVP, most valuable player, obviously, for that franchise. I don't think this is an actual award, or they might actually give this out at the end of the year, but I wanted to do this. So let's go through every single team. Let's reveal it. And here we go. From the 10 teams, the player that I think will have the biggest impact on their franchise this season. There might be a few surprises in here, but hey, prediction videos, it's all just a bit of fun. Obviously, if I really wanted, to be biased, I would just say orange cap, Shikhar Dhawan, purple cap, Rahul Chahar, title, Punjab Kings, and Sam Curran MVP. But that's boring. We're gonna go through every team and take my bias out of it. So, start with RCB. It's hard to go past King Kohli, isn't it? Look, I did have a few other options there. I was thinking either Siraj or that man Faffy Boy, but I've gone for Kohli just because he's been playing all of his cricket recently in India. He's at home, he's in the conditions, he hasn't had to do a lot of traveling. It feels like he's now hitting that point in his career where, he's out of that, short run phase where he wasn't scoring that much. He's out of that phase now. He's scored centuries in all 3 formats since, so he's back. Is he back for the IPL? I guess we'll wait and find out, but you would be a brave man to doubt Kohli. That's all I'm going to say. So look, it was between him and Suraj. I've gone Virat. You could have gone either way there. All right, Lucknow Super Giants. How can you go past a guy like Mr. KL, Orange Cap Rahul? He's going to make another mountain of runs this season, I'm sure of it. He always turns up when it's IPL time. This is his Christmas. This is his World Cup. This is what he was born to do. Orange Cap, IPL. Forget ODI World Cups. This is his moment right here. IPL. So, that man's going to step up. I was thinking of some other guys like maybe Bishnoi. They have Puran now as well. Obviously, Quinton de Kock is there. But I think KL should score enough runs. Deepak Huda was another one that I definitely considered. But I think, again, KR will just score too many runs, won't he? You know that, man. When there is an orange cap on the line, he stands up. So, I'm backing him in. CSK, again, how do you go past someone who's going to take wickets, he's going to make runs, he's going to take catches, and he's going to make run-outs. So, simple one there. It was either Jadeja or... that was really the only option. I mean, Gaikwood was an option if he wins the orange cap, maybe, but I don't think he will. And that's probably it. I mean, Dhoni, like, as good as Dhoni is, he's going to be playing at 5 or 6. Of course, you know, if CSK promote Dhoni up the order and they play him at 3, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if they turn Dhoni into this, like, slogging role early where he just goes out there and fucking sends everything over the boundary, but I have to wait and see it first. So, Jadu, he should keep that other all-round fraud out of the team, that little Ben Stokes. So, yeah, easy one there. DC. Of course, you know, I did just announce my purple cap winner as Kuldeep, so it would be dumb of me not to choose him. DC are an interesting one, though. I can definitely see a guy like Mitch Marsh, David Warner, Prithvi Shaw, Mukesh Kumar, you know, taking a bunch of wickets. I can see someone out of the blue, you know, winning that there. Obviously, Anrik Nortje, I think, is going to miss the first few games, if I'm not wrong. So, that's kind of my thought process behind that one for Kuldeep. All right, Gujarat Titans, David Killer and Miller. Looking at the Gujarat Titans team, everyone, I found it tricky to kind of pick who would be an MVP. Like, you know, I didn't want to pick Hardik because that was just such an easy decision. Like, yes, the captain, he bowls, he fields, he fucking bats. It's easy. But I wanted to go a little bit different. I wasn't going to choose that man, Vijay Shankar. So, David Killer Miller, of course, dominated last season. He was incredible. So, I'm going to back him in for another really big season. And, you know, if he can win some more games off his own bat for GT, he's going to go very close. All right, Kolkata. Now, this one, yeah, I don't know how to feel about this one. I kind of want to change it. Look, I do have Shakib in there. Does he play every game? I mean, personally, I would play Shakib as many games as possible. He's too good to keep out. But then you've got guys like David Weiss who might get a position in that team instead if they want the extra pacer. But Shakib bowls, bats, he's experienced, he's played in the IPL before, he's going to suit the conditions. He, correct me if I'm wrong, but Eden Gardens is usually pretty good for spin too. So, you know, I think he should go well down there. And yeah, other options, obviously Nitish Rana, the new captain. Rinku Singh, of course, was an option. Lord Takua was an option. Even Jagadish was a thought for a moment. But look, I think Shakib should take wickets, should make runs. So, I'm going to back him in. But I think it'll be him or Lord Takua. But it wouldn't surprise me if a guy like Varun Chakravarthi has a really big season and takes, you know, 20 wickets or something. So, go with that. All right, Mumbai Indians. So, of course, the big Aussie. I had to have at least one Australian on here, and I'm going to go with the big Cam Green. He's a big signing. He's never played in the IPL. He's got pressure on his shoulders, there's no doubting that, but he's pretty fucking good. He's pretty damn good, and if you guys remember what he did against India last year in the T20 series... Actually, was it early? No, it was late last year, and he played in India. He was smacking the ball around for like 60 off 20. It was ridiculous, and he's going to bowl. He's going to bat up the order, I imagine. If Cam Green does not bat in the top 4, then Mumbai are just silly, or at least top 5. But he's going to bowl, he's going to bat. He's pretty good. Look, again, you know, you got Surya, Ishan, Rowett, who else plays for them? Obviously, Bumrah's out, Archer, Jai Richardson. Berendorf, I meant, not Richardson. So, there's a few options there, but I am a little bit worried for the Mumbai Indians this season. I just feel like they've got a little bit of an imbalanced squad without Archer or Berendorf. if I can speak, without Archer or Richardson. Okay, now we get into my team, the mighty Punjab Kings, baby. And I've got that man, the legend, the fearless king. A beast bowler, the generational talent out of India, Arshdeep Singh. Now, didn't actually take a whole bunch of wickets last season, but I don't think he needs to take a lot of wickets to be our MVP. Look, as long as he takes around the same amount of wickets as Rabada, and he goes very economically, and he, bowls in the depth overs and keeps winning us games off his own hand, he will be my MVP. He will also be the MVP in my heart forever. So, you guys know I love Arshdeep, so I want him to have the biggest, best season ever. Look, guys like Livingston, Matt Short was an option for MVP, Shikha, Chahar, Rabada, Jitesh Sharma, like Shah Rukh Khan. We have all these guys, but I'm going to back him in. I'm going to back the mustache man in. All right. Rajasthan Royals. Now this, look, there's so many options on this team that you really could have chose. Butler at the top. The young fella Jaiswal coming up, who I think is going to have an amazing season. Ashwin, Jahal, Trent Bolt, Parag, who's had a great first-class Irani Cup trophy, I believe it was. So there's plenty of options there. But Kuldeep Sen, another option. Obed McCoy, if you want to go that far. But I've got to go with the skipper, Sanju Samsung. He is my favourite player on that team. As much as I love Yuzi, don't get me wrong, but Sanju is... Actually, you know what? They're equal favourites. They're definitely equal favourites for me, but I just love the man Sanju. He deserves opportunity at international level, and I hope he absolutely destroys this season in the IPL, makes so many runs that he just has to get picked. So, yeah, I'm hoping that. And now, the next one. Now, I don't know if my face cam is actually blocking it, but... it's the Sunrisers Hyderabad. I might move out of the way for a moment. I don't know if that works at all, but it is the man, Washington Sundar. Of course, did name his dog Gabba. I just thought I'd mention that because it still hurts. But, again, he should bat. He should be making some good amount of runs. He should take a lot of poles. And I think that's what wins your MVP. If you do a bit of both, you're normally the front runner for MVP. Again, a guy like Harry Brook was an option. Malik, obviously, I would have picked him, but I wanted to choose something a bit different. Phillips is there. Henrik Klaasen. Did I say Brook? Agarwal's there now as well. Tripathi. Abhishek Sharma. Like, they have so much good talent on that team. But I'm going to go that man, Washi Sundar. So, hey... those are my team MVPs. It's time to get into the orange cap. All right, here we go. One of the, biggest moments of the season, the orange cap. It's what people love to see, runs. It's what you go to T20 cricket for, with all due respect to the bowlers. You love to see big shots, big runs, big sixes. So who's going to make the runs this year in the tournament? Now, firstly, before I reveal any of the picks here, anything can happen, so let's just remind that. Secondly, I've tried to go with one different option. I've tried to bring someone in who I think could be a surprise, and then the three other guys I think are actually going to be a good chance to win it. So, let's reveal the two sides, and there they are. Abhishek Sharma from the Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think he finished about 14th in the orange cap last season with about 400 odd runs. He's going to need to make about an extra 300 odd more runs to win the cap if possible. But in Sunrisers, I think he's got a massive opportunity at that top order with Brook, Tripathi, Phillips, Klaasen. Like, I think it's a lot of the weight's going to be put on him to perform. He's someone who hasn't played a whole lot of games, made, I think it was 2 half centuries last season. He's only the age of 23, so he's got a massive career ahead of him. I don't even know if he did anything in the first class this season, but I don't care. I loved what I saw from him last season, so this was purely a pick here. Another guy that I wanted to put here instead would have been Jaiswal from Rajasthan, but I just think maybe he will be a little bit behind the 8 ball, but yeah, I think Sharma. I almost said Rahul Tripathi then. Sometimes I get them confused, even though they're completely different batsmen, but Abhishek Sharma is the young... Actually, let me double check that, because the last thing I'm going to do here is sit here and talk about the wrong guy. So, Abhishek Sharma. I am almost certain that's him. Yeah, it is. Okay, beautiful. I just had to make sure that was Abhishek, because that would have crushed me if I got that one wrong, and didn't. All right. The other guy on the side, Shubman Gill, not Tendulkar. That was a mistake of mine there. Shubman Gill, look, the man finished top 5 in the Orange Cap last year, I believe. He's making runs for fun. He doesn't look troubled or phased at all with bat in hand. He looks calm. In the test matches, he looked great. ODIs, T20s, he's looked amazing. He's in his home conditions. He's going to be playing on that flat deck at Narendra Modi Stadium. Going to make runs. He's probably going to make at least 1 century this season. So I think he's every chance for the title. Sometimes he does play a bit slow. So, it could be a little bit boring to see him win the Orange Cap if he, makes like 100 off 85. It's like, is it, that's cool, but it was off 85 balls. Like, a lot of people do it in, 75, 60. It doesn't matter. You still get a century, but, it is T20 cricket. So, whatever you choose there, each to their own. All right, the 2 middle guys who I think will challenge for the cap of orange. All right, let's reveal them. All right, so let's talk through the Delhi Capitals one first. Mitchell Marsh. Yeah, this one kind of scares me because his injury history, he could break down at any moment, but the form he's in, the striking he was hitting it in against India in those ODIs was just purely disgusting hitting. It was fucking ridiculous. He just stood there and just smacked everything for 6. Honestly, I haven't seen Mitch Marsh look like that, honestly, since his prime, WA days when he was hitting absolute bomb 6s for the Perth Scorchers when he was like 21. But other than that, it was probably the best I've ever seen him look. He is coming back from an injury, but it didn't look like that injury had any problems with him. He's going to be opening... Actually, no, he's going to be batting at 3. So, I like it. I really, really like his chances of winning an orange cap. But I do have the guy. He was born to do this. He came out his mother's womb, born for this moment again. The orange cap, would it be his 3rd orange cap, or at least his 2nd orange cap in history? He makes runs. He's going to make more runs. And these are the moments where he stands up and he becomes a superstar. So, doubting the man KL against his birthright would just be silly. So, look, I honestly didn't even want to put him in here, to be honest. I didn't really want to include him because it's such an obvious pick. But how can you go without him? Quinton de Kock, David Miller, Gill, Kohli, Rowett, Kishan Surya, Livingston. You imagine a few of these guys will challenge him for the cap, but I think Lucknow should go all the way to the final as well, or at least close. So I think he will make a good amount of runs. All right. I think it's time to get into our final table prediction. Okay, now we get into the big talking point of the video. My IPL 2023 final table from 1st to 10th. This one gets me, this is the one that gets me the most nervous, with how people will receive the table. Of course, it is just predictions. It's just a guessing game. No one has any fucking clue what is going to happen. For all we know, my table that I have here could be flipped around and it could be the entire other way. But that's the good thing. We don't know. It's all just a bit of fun. So make sure you comment yours down below. Don't you dare roast me in the comments and don't post your own. Because if you roast me and I can't roast you back, not cool. All right, let's get into it. Let's reveal it. what I'm going to... Actually, fuck it. Reveal it all at once. Let's go. Whew, okie dokie. So, where do we start? Let's start with 10th. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry, but I'm also not sorry. Mumbai Indians, you guys have won 5 titles. And to be honest, if I'm looking at their squad, of course, I did go through every team's squad and try and rank where I think they all fit. And just looking at Mumbai, I just think they're going to be down the bottom. I don't see a way that they make the playoffs, to be honest. They're going to need something special. They're going to be relying on their batting so damn much. They're going to be relying on them to make lots and lots of runs. Surya, Ishan, Cam Green, Tim David. I missed someone there. Ishan, Surya, Rowett, all of that top order. But then you get their bowlers. It's going to be Berendorf. It's going to be Jofra. But who else? It's going to be Chwala, Shakeen maybe. I know they have this other all-rounder. I just forget his name. There's a bit of inexperience in it. DeWild Brevis, Tristan Stubbs, if they have to stand up and play. Tilak Varma. So there's just a bit of inexperience in there for mine. And that bowling lineup doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. If I was a Mumbai fan, Berendorf is class. Obviously, Archer is class, but the man's barely played in 2 years. And then they're going to go in with a few guys who are inexperienced. And it would worry me a little bit for that middle order and tail end for Mumbai. But again, it's a legendary franchise that, with the spirit and the players that they do have in that batting lineup, they could finish first if they make enough runs. So that's what it's going to rely on. All right, in 9th position, this one does hurt. We have the Kolkata Knight Riders in 9th position. I am a big fan of Kolkata. I love their players. I love their colours. I love the stadium. Everything about Kolkata is to like. Just accept a little bit of the squad now. I think they're still going to be highly competitive. Again, there's any chance that any of these teams finish anywhere. It's going to be a fucking competitive season. This is going to be one of the most competitive seasons ever, I feel. And Kolkata, so they lose their captain, Shreyas Iyer. Now, a lot of people might say it's not a big loss, but the man is their captain. He makes bulk runs. I understand, he doesn't have a crazy strike rate. He doesn't have a crazy, 100 to his name. But he has runs, he's consistent, and he's someone that you can rely on to take so much pressure off that top order. Kolkata are going to be relying a lot on, these inexperienced guys at the top. Jagadish, the new captain, Nitish Rana, who has plenty of experience, but he's also now going to be captain, so that'll weigh on his mind. Rinku Singh, of course, is a legend, but he can't do everything. Venki Iyer, who, is a bit up and down. Lord Takua, all-rounder. Sunil Narayan, Sonny, Dre Russ, these sort of guys, experience, but they're more down the order, late order hitters. So there might be a lot of pressure, I feel, put on that KKR middle order, which I feel may create a few collapses. So that's my only concern there. Bowling lineup's fine. I mean, Ferguson, Chakravarthi, Lytton Das is a part of that team as well. Shakib Al Hassan, Ankul Roy. So I think I'm missing a few. But look, they have a great squad, but I just think there's going to be a few losses in there that the top order just won't perform, and it'll put too much pressure on that middle order, and then they'll scrounge to like a 130, 140, and it just won't be enough a lot of the time. So, hey. So I've got in 9th. Now let's move to 8th. So, this one hurts the most. Punjab Kings in 8th. Didn't want to do this at all. But I have to. You got to take bias out of these sort of things, and I just look at our best 11, and I just don't get filled with much hope or confidence. Look, Sam Curran, a good buy. Too much we bought him for, but, we had to get him in. We needed someone who could bowl in the depth overs, along with Arshdeep Singh, instead of relying on a guy like fucking Odin Smith or some random motherfucker to do that. That's the last thing we needed was Odin Smith again. So I'm glad we got rid of him. But Sam Curran comes in. Our bowling lineup's fantastic. We add Sikandar Raza into that all-rounder mix as well. Chikadawan at the top. Matt Short's now going to come in and replace Bairstow as the opener, I would imagine. You got Livingston. You know, a guy like Shah Rukh Khan or Jitesh Sharma will probably end up playing. Prabhishran Singh. So there's a few guys I'm uncertain on in this team. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't get that confident looking at the team. I hope they prove me wrong, but to be honest, there's not much more to talk about with Punjab, is there? New coach, new staff, new batting coach. I think we're seeing Jaffer's our new batting coach. So there's new people around, but I think it might take a little bit of time to get used to it. So, yeah, Punjab Kings, all right, 7th on the table. I do have, again, it feels like I'm putting a few of my favourite teams here near the bottom, but it's just what has to happen. I can't be biased. Ricky Ponting's men, the Delhi Capitals, look, they actually were quite good last season. Didn't they just miss out on the playoffs, or they might have just made them? I can't, last season's erased from my memory, to be honest. But Delhi Capitals, missing Rishabh Pant. You're missing the best wicketkeeper, arguably, in the competition. Your best batsman, so your captain. You're losing a lot. You're losing your spiritual leader, your man, the boy, the legend, Rishabh. But they're going to have David Warner stand up. He has won a title as captain before, so it's not nothing new to him. David Warner knows how to lead a team to victory and to a title. Arguably, he may have a better squad at Delhi than he did in 2016 with Sunrisers, some may argue. Not me, maybe, but not me. Delhi, so, I mean, look, you go through their team, the squad, Mukesh Kumar, he's the first that comes to mind. Who else plays for them? Mitch Marsh. I've got my list up here. Khalil Ahmed, yep, that's one. Yashdul, he won't be playing, I wouldn't have thought. Sarfaraz Khan, I mean, he's going to have to take up some spot in probably 4 or 5. I think he's going to have to play regardless, with no Rishabh. Kuldeep Yadav, of course. I said Mitch Marsh. Mustafiza Rahman, of course. Ngidi, Anrik Norkia. Ripal Patel, Manish Pandey, Axar Patel, Riley Rousseau, and Romvan Power. Prithvi Shaw as well, and Ishan Sharma, Phil Salt to go along with it. So, look, they've got a really good squad. I could see them making the playoffs, but again, I just feel there's a few squads that are ahead of them. Their weaknesses, probably bowling. I mean, not really, though. Like, if you're going to have in your bowling Khalil Ahmed, Mitch Marshall roll the arm over, Kuldeep, Fizzer Rahman, Ngidi, Norkia, Axar. I think you've got a good group of bowlers there. I think I might have made a mistake. Yeah. I'm kind of looking at Delhi's team now and I'm thinking, fuck, it's not bad, that, is it? It's actually not bad. So, I can't change it now, but they are a wild card. It would not surprise me if they jump up any of these positions, to be honest. But all right, next team. In 6th position, I think it'll be a surprise packet team of the season. It's been a few poor seasons for SRH. Of course, the release of Kane Williamson and Warner, Rashid Khan. Over the last few seasons, it's been a bit of a transitional period for this team, and they've gone a very different route this season. They've got a lot of, newcomers, a little bit of inexperience in that team, mixed with a few of experienced heads in that team, like Bhuvi Kumar in that team. But, I mean, the new pickup, Mayank Agarwal, I think is going to be a great pickup. Abhishek Sharma is going to have a breakout year. Rahul Tripathi, Harry Brook, who they paid about $6 million bajillion for, should be pretty good. Henrik Klaasen's on that list. Umran Malik, Sundar. Who the fuck else is on that team? Let's have a look. I've got the list up. Markram, of course, the new skipper. Falzak Faruqi, Akil Hussain. That's some good all-round depth there. Kartik Tyagi, Mayank Makande, who's good depth. Natarajan, I forgot about him. Adil Rashid, I forgot about him too. And Washi Sundar, Glenn Phillips. So, look, I there's probably a chance I could have, maybe changed Delhi and Sunrisers positions, but it doesn't really matter. But I think they're both going to be quite similar teams. I think Sunrisers might adapt a bit of, like a Bazball style game plan. I know Harry Brook being there probably helps that, but I'm looking at their top order and I just don't see many ways where they have a lot of big strikers like Markram, He's known for being a big striker, but, does he try and play that anchor role in the team and just tap the ball around? Or does Mayank Agarwal get that role? Because we know we've seen in the past where he just gets relied on too often for Punjab. So maybe you tell Mayank to just ease himself into it. You then tell guys like Brooke, Abhishek Sharma, who else bats on this team? Amal Parit Singh might play. Henrik Klaasen. They've got a good team. I mean, Glenn Phillips as well. Maybe you give, that Bazball style game plan to the big hitters, and then you let guys like Tripathi and Mayank Agarwal play that, anchor role. I think we're going to see a lot of that from them. I think we're going to see a lot of big scores and sixes coming from this team, SRH. Got a good bowling unit too, so I could see them going all the way and probably winning this competition, but I just think their lack of IPL experience from a lot of them may end up costing. And look, they're relying a lot on Harry Brook, Agarwal, Tripathi, Abhishek Sharma. There's just a little bit of uncertainty there for mine. So, yeah, SRH 6th, but I could see them being anywhere on this table. Into 5th position, the Rajasthan Royals, of course, did make the final last season. Looking at their team, I really don't, think it's that amazing. I didn't think that last year either. And then, Butler played one of the great IPL seasons ever. Sanju Samson was good, of course, like always. But Ravi Ashwin, Trent Bolt, Yuzi Chahal, Shimron Hetmyers with the boys, Jason Holder, Jaiswal, who you guys know I'm big on. I think he's going to be a superstar. Devdutt Padikkal, Obed McCoy. Parag, of course, had a big Irani trophy. Kuldeep Sen. Adam Zampa as well. So they have got arguably the 3 best spinners in their team. Yuzi, Ashwin, Zampa. So they're going to be fine with the spinners. And then, look, the loss of Prasidh Krishna is a worry. It makes you think who's going to do the pace bowling. So Bolt, Holder, McCoy, Kuldeep Sen, Navdeep Saini. So obviously only probably 2 or 3 of those actually get a game. But yeah, Bolt, Holder. Yeah, and maybe it's Navdeep Saini, maybe. It's an interesting one. No Krishna really does make their bowling lineup interesting. I think it'll be Kuldeep Sen, Bolt, maybe a Jason Holder, or maybe they look at the extra spinner, Obed, or you could just go Obed McCoy. Joe Root, I forgot Joe Root plays for them now too, so they've got some good depth. Look, again, I don't know with Rajasthan. This was more just a guessing game for me. I would have had them down here, but because they made the final last year and they do have Butler, who won the orange cap, I find it quite hard to put them down here. So I do have them in 5th position. Okay, into 4th position, the reigning title holders, Gujarat Titans. And again, this is another squad that I look at and I don't think it's amazing, to be honest, but they're probably favourites going in to win the tournament. They just have good depth. I think that's what wins them the trophy. They don't have 80, they don't have 6 different superstars like, some other teams. They just have a team-oriented lineup, really. So Pandya, superstar. KS Bharat, a great pickup. I think that's going to be for them. Alzari Joseph, Josh Little, a good pickup. Abhinav Manohar, good depth there. Killer Miller, Muhammad Shami, Noor Ahmad, of course, the spinner. Rashid Khan, Riddhi Saha, Sai Kishore, Sai Surdarsan, Javan Marvi, Vijay Shankar, not so much. Shubman Gill, and most importantly, Dean Smith. Rahul Tawatia, Matty Wade, Kane Williamson, and Jayant Yadav, and Yash Dayal. So, pretty good squad. And again, there's no amazing superstars other than really Hardik Pandya who point out to you and say, well, and Shubman Gill, but there's no one else who really says, like, you know, a Butler or Virat Kohli or Rabada, you know. There's none of those guys. It's just a team full of role players who play their role to perfection. And they're going to be right at the pointy end again. There's no doubt about it. Gujarat Titans playing at that stadium on that pitch. If it's anything like the test match, they're going to make lots of runs. So enjoy that one, GT fans. All right, third position, all the way from the bottom of the table up to the top. That's where I've got CSK finishing this season in third position. Let's bring it up here, their squad. So look, Dhoni, the skipper, one last ride. The entire team's going to want to send Dhoni out on the biggest high in a title. Moeen Ali, Deepak Chahar, who I'm unsure if he's fully fit, but if he is, that's great. Devon Conway, Javam Dubey, a good pickup. Gaikwood, and Gagakar, who of course is an up-and-coming, you know, bowler who can also late order slog. Jadu, Paddy Rana, Pretorius, Ajinkya Rahane, Rayadu, Santner, Simajit Singh, Ben Stokes, unfortunately, Mahesh Thikshana, Chowdhury, who is subject to fitness, and then, of course, Kyle Jamieson has been ruled out. So I don't think they've named a oh, no, they have. Sisanda Margala, I believe, was their replacement. So bit weird. I wouldn't have chose him, but anyway, Moses Henriques was available, but for some reason they wanted this random dude. But anyways, that's all good. I'll forgive, but it's a great team. I mean, you add Ben Stokes, with all due respect to Ben Stokes, he is good at cricket. He does add a different dimension to that team, and it probably allows them in that, you know, top order to kind of slog the ball a little bit more when you've got a tail end of guys like Ben Stokes, Jadeja. I mean, who else is in there? Deepak Chahar can bat. Pretorius can bat if he's playing. Santner can bat, obviously. So they've got really good depth down the order as well. So I think they're going to be fine this season. The bowlers, yeah, maybe the bowling's a slight concern actually. I mean, Magala, Chahar, Jadu, Paddy Rana if he plays, Santner if he plays, Stokes, Thikshana, and Chowdhury's probably not going to play. So a few concerns with their bowling lineup actually now that I'm just kind of looking at it again. But yeah, I think this batting order, by how deep their batting order goes, you know, if Rahane plays as well, they're going to have they could play 8 batsmen, to be honest. Like, and then they could play like, in fact, they could play 9 batsmen and then play like 2 bowlers, because you're going to get extra bowling out of a guy like Jadu. Maybe you play Thikshana. I don't know. CSK fans, let me know. It's actually one of the hardest lineups. I tried to predict all of the team's 11s before this video, and I found CSK was one of the hardest teams to kind of put together. I didn't really know what their best mixture was. So CSK fans, comment down below what you think the best 11 will be. Okay, the last 2 teams who I think probably will play in a final this year. These are the 2 teams that I think on paper have the best 11s on the team sheet. So let's get into it. In second, I know the RCB fans are going to love this one. RCB. Of course, that, you know, they'd love to win a title, and this is one of their best chances they're ever going to get. I thought the same thing last season. Didn't win last season, but now Virat Kohli's form is a lot better. Maxwell's healthy. Hopefully, you know, Siraj is in career best form. Obviously, the slight concerns around Patidar and Hazelwood's injuries, but other than that, or was it Shabazz Ahmed? I can't remember, but they're going to be fine. So, their team is really, really strong, and we just have a look at it here. One moment. Baf, Akash, Finn Allen, great pickup. Siraj, obviously, Bracewell, who I thought was an awesome pickup replacement for Will Jacks. Hasaranga, of course, Hazelwood, Dinesh Karthik, Siddharth Kool, Kohli, Lomraw, Maxwell, Purple Patel, Prabhu Desai, Shabazz Ahmed, Khan Sharma, Reece Topley, David Wille, and Rajat Patidar, of course, due to fitness. So I think that's just a phenomenal 11 on paper, and not many weaknesses in this 11, to be honest. You've got the batting of Allen, Faf, DK, Lomraw's an option. Obviously, Kohli, Glenn. Yeah. DK, I think I said that. Anuj Rawat, they have batsman on batsman in this team. Then you've got the bowlers, the all-rounder in Hasaranga, Maxi, Patidar, Shabazz Ahmed, Purple, Prabhu Desai, Topley, David Willey. I mean, this could be the best team on paper now that I look at it. So if you're an RCB fan, I would be expecting nothing less than finishing in the top 4. Absolutely. And now, in first position, the Lucknow Super Giants. I felt pretty confident about this one, to be honest. I think their team is quite phenomenal. Again, just looking at it on paper, Rahul, the Fever King himself, Avesh Khan. It's good to see that he's recovered. Oh, shit. Here it is. Quinton de Kock, Krish Napa, Gotham, Deepak Hooda, Mankad, Kyle Mayers, Amit Mishra, Naveenul, Huck, Krunal Pandya. That's disappointing. Karan Sharma, Mishra, Bishnoi, Pooran, Daniel Sams, Romero, Shepherd, Stoinis, Mark Wood, Mayank Yadav, Yash Takua, and Mohsin Khan. So, feeling pretty strong about that team right there. Of course, Mohsin Khan, he would be a big loss if he's not fit to play. So, if Mohsin Khan's not fit, then I would probably bring LSG down 1 or 2 positions. But if he's fit to go, he's a big impact and he's a big inclusion for this team. So I think they've got that balance. They've got that middle order in Pooran, Sams, Shepherd. They've got Jadav Unadkat, Mark Wood, Vora. They've got a great team. Badoni up the top of the order. Huda, who can bowl as well. Avesh Khan, KL. They arguably have the best opening pair with KL and de Kock. Pandya in that middle order. Bishnoi throwing over the arm. I feel pretty confident in that team right there. So, hey, that is my final table predictions. And in fact, my final predictions for the season 2023 for the IPL, man. Whew. That took a bit of breath out of me there, but hey, I can't wait. We are just days away from the start of the season, the start of the Punjab Kings title dreams. Will it happen? Probably not, but anyways, we're going to be supporting. I'm going to be reviewing as many games as I possibly can here on the channel. So if you are not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe, leave a like, and please make sure before you leave the video, comment down your predictions, all of the predictions I did, give me yours, okay? So hey, I hope we all enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see everyone in the next one.